Jobs to them who two up on Black Power, family. What up? It's your brother in Google, now you see R.A.N.M. Once again, you tuned in to R.A.N.M. RBG TV. And you know, we keep it G. Raw, not cut, common sense for the common people. Dealing with the common issues, and you know, we try and seek those common solutions. All in together now, family. Say it with me loud and proud. What's the method, the motto, the mantra, the motivation, the madness? It's black love, because black love is the cure for the black nation. So let's get it. Alright. What we're going to do today, we're going to finally, on a common sense level, not on a religious level, not on no metaphysics level, not on no super duper philosophic, psychiatric, none of these big ass words. We're gonna tackle this God issue dealing with the black man and the black woman once and for all on some simple, plain old common sense. Simple enough for you to understand, simple enough for you to pass along. Not that hard. Because I honestly believe this is where we go wrong when we're dealing with this particular topic. And these, actually topic and subtopic. The topics nonetheless is very simple. We've all heard it from past times, and we're hearing it now again, slightly different, here in the present times. The black man is God. We've been hearing this for a long time. We'll talk about that in a minute. Now, the black woman is God. Right? This is what's on the table right now, and it's causing so much drama. It's causing so many issues. It makes no goddamn sense, and it's very simple. All of these issues, all of these rifts is all based on one, perception and reception of this thing that we call God. Two, emotional interpretation on an individual level basis, right? That's pretty much where we go wrong. Now, another place that we often go wrong from the gate is with language and terminology. So before I get in too depth with it, that's pretty much my overall premise of the day. I want to put to bed finally once and for all, because this shit is really getting out of hand. This shit is really it's stopping a lot of movements nonetheless. And I don't want to say movements nonetheless as in like people not doing what they do, but nonetheless it's stopping a lot of emotional and mental activity amongst the people. Which is a movement, because if it's all starting within the brain and it ends up on the ground, this got to be on the, you know what I'm saying, got to be tamed and locked down the right way first and foremost. So with that being said, I want you to, I want y'all to watch something, if you will. I want you to watch something. You already know how we do. Every so often we throw in a little clip. Watch this. Then when we get back, we're going to talk about it. Go in. Do what we do. Right here on RNMOBG TV. Again, we are once and for all putting to bed the whole God issue amongst the black man and the black woman. We're taking you out the clouds, and we're going to put your black ass right here, back on the ground, where you are, what you're used to, what you know, so we can move on out. Stay tuned, family. Peace and black power. Walk with me the way I walk with you. You know how we do. Stay tuned.
God is white, and as long as God is white, we shall prevail over all other races.
Beg your pardon, Professor, but with all this confusion, would you mind repeating?
God is white, and as long as God is white, we shall prevail over all other races.
Thank you.
Listen, beloved, you have wondered as black people why we suffer so much. What have we done? How many of you have asked the question, good God, what kind of God is it that black folk live in church, live in the synagogue, live in the mosque or masjid, and we catch hell from morning to night? What did we do wrong? Did we sin, or did our parents sin? Why are things so hard on us? These thoughts run through your mind. Mother, when you see your son in prison, son, when you find yourself in prison on trumped up charges, or in a hostile world, you're trying to make a living, you end up stealing, You get the book thrown at you. White boys do the same thing and get probation. You wonder, hey, what have I done? What is wrong? No, no, no. God is not unjust. You are not a wicked people. In the sense you are. I don't want to say you, I should say we. Because I'm a part of you, and we are the same. But we are not wicked by nature. We are wicked by circumstance. Beloved, look, you are not being punished because of something your fathers did. Listen now. There's no sin that your father could have committed that would have put you in this kind of hell for over 400 years, the worst hell that any human being has ever had to endure in the history of the world. This is not because of your sin. You say, well, what is it then? I mean, I'm hotter than a firecracker at God. I want to know, why should I worship God at all? All this hell coming down on me. Some of us think like that, don't we, brothers and sisters? But the majority of us, we take our suffering and we say, the Lord will make a way. Look at you, beautiful black brother and sister. Tornadoes come, rip up your house. White folks crying. Oh my, everything I got is gone. It's gone. And black folks say, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Look at that, brother. Look at you. You say, I'm thankful that the Lord spared my life and my little baby's life. We can always rebuild our house. Look at the way you are. You just the people of God. You are not punished because you're wicked. You are being put through trial and tribulation to prepare you for your destiny.
All right, we back. You still tuned in to RNMRBG TV. Mind you, this is just part one. I'm just setting my premise, if you will. Now, as you can see, based on what you just saw in those two clips, and I set it up that way for a specific reason, if you will, so you can get two sides of the same story. Both of them are dealing with religion. Both of them are talking about God. Now, I started to say something earlier surrounding the realm of language, right? Real quick, you can go to any dictionary and you can look these words up for yourself and you're going to come across a definition similar to something as follows. Dealing with the word God. Now, it's going to be a lot of definitions at first. Let's be real. If you read through them, you'll start to see and notice that they are all speaking on a religious level. Cool, no problem. Then if you jump down, there's like one, maybe two small definitions where it literally says something, someone that you revere, right, on a strong level. You're revering, you're honoring, you're paying homage. That's all, nothing more, nothing less. Okay. Then if, of course, you do the etymology, you'll see it goes back to Germany, yada, 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 yada. So nonetheless, that word alone is coming from, and it depends on, white folks. This is their word, nonetheless. It's their word, so therefore it reacts to them and they react to it in a totally different way than you do, black man, black woman, and black child. Again, we're dealing with energies, we're dealing with frequencies. Depending on how you call on them, it's going to be that determines your response that you get, nonetheless. who you call upon, what entity and energy you call upon, that determines your response, nonetheless. Is it going to be a universal response? And when I mean universal, I'm talking about, yes, dealing with the universe, that which we are connected to as black people. Or are you waiting on a response, nonetheless, that is outer body, out of your own body, out of your own capabilities, coming in the form and person of another person other than you, that don't look like you? And the reason why I say that don't look like you, case in point, take the word God. Go on Google, right? Go on Google Images, hit enter. Once those results come up, tell me what you find out. I'll tell you what you'll find. You'll find nothing but white male images. This is what God is. It's a white male figurehead, nonetheless. An authority figure, the supreme, and this, that, and the third. These are the different definitions that also come with it as well. And then they have the imagery to back it up. Again, the mind does not store words, so you can read this stuff all day long, yeah, but it stores images. Again, if you type in the word God on the search bar, you will clearly see it's a white male. White male. White as day, old as whatever. But then if you start using words that has a actual real resonating factor within you, black man, black woman, black child, case in point, like instead of using the word God, because that's what they created. God is a creation of man. Man is not a creation of God. They got it twisted and they got you falling for the whole thing right then and there. Right? If you have to use words that are of you, represent you, and your imagery, your mind, this, that, and the third. You understand? Case in point. Coming from, like you say, a Nile Valley aspect, if you will, there was no God. There was a universal law. There was nature. There were natures. The Neteru. You understand? That's what you dealt with. Period, point blank. That's what you dealt with. And there was no, quote-unquote, worshiping of no sky daddy or no sky mama, nonetheless. It was principles within nature that had a duality, a masculine and a feminine energy, both combined as one major energy to produce whatever this entity is. Whether it was a damn, whatever it was. It was male and female energy combined as one to produce. You understand? That's what was revered. That's what was honored and paid homage to. That's what we did as black people. This is what we're going to do, family. I'm going to continue on. Go ahead, log off this one. Go over part 2. I'm running out of time on this one. Go to part 2 and we're going to continue on. Stay tuned. Peace and black power. Walk with me, I walk with you. You know how we do.